Welcome to With That Being Said, a Rue Fitness podcast where we get fit while having fun. Make sure to check us out on Instagram at Rue_fitness and on Facebook at Rue Fitness. Also give us a like, hit that subscribe button, share it with your friends, and give us a 5-star rating and review. Only kind words. Hey everybody, welcome to With That Being Said, another Rue Fitness podcast. So we're here, super lucky, to have the beautiful, strong, smart, sweat-obsessed girls.
Yes. Thanks for having us.
Yeah. Thank you.
We have Barbara Blank.
Yes. Hey. Hello.
Kelly Rovetto.
Hi.
And Amanda Adjmi.
Yes. Hi.
Awesome. Also, you know the better part of the gym, Emily Schneller.
What up, y'all?
Yeah.
I think this is the most people we've ever had.
It is.
On the
And I don't
podcast
even need to
table.
introduce myself. Everybody knows who I am, so we'll just roll with that.
Yeah.
Bradley.
Bradley.
Good job.
Schneller.
Schneller. Mayor of Rouville.
There you are.
So awesome, y'all. So I'm so excited because you guys have done something pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You started basically an Instagram account,
Yep.
right? That is reviewing the heck out of health, fitness, nutrition, wellness, all the components of that across the city,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Have y'all expanded outside of New Orleans at all?
Not yet.
Not yet.
We have not, and kind of how we came to be. It's like a really cool story. So for my, I'm in recovery. So I'll be 9 years sober in April, God willing. And so for my birthday, I wanted to do something that kind of speaks to who I am. So I decided to do a private BOSU class. Amanda teaches at Romney. Little plug there. And I invited these girls along with some other friends. And so after the workout class, we went to brunch at Satsuma. So it's kind of like just a real healthy...
Outfits planned or not?
Did we plan outfits?
No. We didn't.
It looks like y'all have personal stylists everywhere you go.
We will get to that. We actually,
All
that is
right.
a topic that our followers wanted to know about is, where we get our clothes and stuff. But anyway, we had a great workout. It was a Saturday morning. I'm not about, obviously, because I don't drink, going out at night and like partying. I'm in bed by 7.
I think that's most of us now.
Yes, I think so. But at any rate, we were sitting around and a lot of my girlfriends had left and it was just me, Barbara, and Amanda. And we were just talking about what a awesome morning it was, right? We didn't even want to leave. And we were just talking about the pandemic in general and how many people aren't working out and have stopped eating healthy and all of these things. And we just kind of came together and we're like, I wish we could do something that would put it back on the map. Right? And so we all do this anyway, personally in our own Instagram accounts, but we were thinking maybe we streamline a platform where we look at mind, body, health, so nutrition, mind, fitness. And so that's how kind of Sweat Obsessed was born, I would say.
Yeah. And we've all actually been working out together, I think, for over 10 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So when I started Clean Creations, I had just met Amanda. And then she kind of introduced me to Hourglass, and then I met Kelly. And so we've kind of been sweating together for a really long time. And, we've experienced what the city has to offer. We've tried a bunch of different things. We know what we love. We know what drives people and motivates people and what makes people passionate about this. And that's the magic is making people feel that passion. And if we can do that for one person, 2 people, 3 people, that's what our mission is, to inspire and empower our community through movement and wellness and just showing them we have so many resources and so many options, and we want people to feel well and good.
Yeah, this is fairly new, right?
I'm looking for the teleprompter. Damn, Barbara! You nailed that!
Y'all have your
No practice at all.
okay? When did y'all start this? It's relatively new.
Yeah, we started the Saturday after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And what's cool about us too is we don't claim to be the know-all, like, oh, come to us because we know everything.
Yeah.
You'll notice if you follow us at sweat_obsessed.
I do follow you.
Yes.
Kelly hit me up 10 times.
Yeah. I'm like, follow us. But really, you'll notice in our stories, it's not just us posting what we love and what we're obsessed about. We're constantly asking our followers, like, what do you think? What do you want to hear about? What do you have questions about? And I think that's like kind of what sets us apart from other Instagram accounts where, you know, there are people in health and wellness and there's just no, you know, there's no like
dialogue
in terms. Yeah, it's just like, this is what I love, this is what I wear, this is what I drink. And I was talking to Amanda and Barb the other day. It's kind of like being at a car dealership and you're going in and somebody's trying to sell you a Porsche, but you're looking for a minivan. You know, you don't know unless you ask the question.
Right.
So that's kind of what our forum does.
Would
so.
you look for a minivan?
No. No.
I'm about down that road.
Are you about to go down that road?
I'm about to, yeah. I mean, with a second kid, I'm like, second kid on the way, I'm
Second kid, you
thinking
still
about
only need
it.
a second row.
I mean,
We all have 2 kids?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, let's be real. I got a vasectomy because I did not want to drive a minivan.
There you go.
I mean, there's no shame in that game.
We're not hating minivan drivers.
No, I'm not hating on minivan drivers. Like, if that floats your boat, that floats your boat. But,
Exactly.
Doesn't
Exactly.
vote with it.
No, I mean, I agree. I totally agree with what she's saying. I think that, we have a really diverse following, and everybody's looking for something different, and so we want to be able to highlight, CrossFit, Pilates, like everywhere in between, and same thing with nutrition. I mean, our followers are kind of all doing different things, and we really do. We interact and engage with our following to make sure that we are asking the right questions, and we want people to use us as a resource because we can kind of like get in there and find the nitty-gritty details and then report back. So
You're already dispelling some myths too, because I saw the story about CrossFit when you came and did the review, and you were like, "What's the first word that you think of when you hear CrossFit?"
Yes.
And a lot of people were like, "Not girly," and I was like, "What?"
And then
Amen. Was there tutu?
Yeah.
I'm gonna dispel a myth on here right now since we're talking about that, and we mentioned this on our a couple podcasts ago, is that there's like no fitness is bad fitness. Not one fitness is better than the other, right? As long as you move and you don't eat like a garbage can. Okay, I'm trying to censor my language here, but as long as you don't eat like a garbage can and you move, you are going to be relatively fit and relatively healthy. Okay, now based off of your goals, might require some different things as a part of that, but like for the most part, all you have to do is move.
Yeah.
That's
And not
something
eat like a
that
garbage
I've
can.
always really appreciated about Kelly. I mean, you've been part of our community for like 5 years, but you always are like involved in other fitness communities too. You bounce around and you're like, I love that about you.
Yeah, I think that's part of just being, I burn out fairly quickly.
You're so well-rounded.
I need to do, I need a box, and then I need to go and do yoga, and then I need to do this, and I need to do that, and
Some might call it exercise ADD, but it's not a bad thing. But it's not a bad thing. I have that too. Like I can't like stick with one thing.
Or you could call it sweat obsessed.
Sweat
Oh,
obsessed.
I like it.
So you're definitely sweat obsessed.
Yeah.
I am.
I'm so curious if you're ADD, then like what are your outlets as far as exercise?
Well, I change up my routine in here.
Okay.
So
Part of the good thing about CrossFit is like part of the methodology is that it's constantly varied and it's different every single day. So it's been the thing that has held Bradley's attention.
Right.
You do sprinting stuff
But part
too.
of that is like I will go through parts of the year where I do a bunch of track work. So we have her and I have a sprinting coach who is former Olympian. Shout out to Joe Green, G4 superstar.
All right.
He'll train us twice a week. And for the record, Emily is more talented of a runner than me. So
There you go.
Just
Congrats.
athletically in general though, right?
But you're super talented. So, cool. So, Barbara, how did you get into Clean Creations? I kind of want to know a little bit about that.
Yeah, for sure. So I was a personal trainer and I was a group fitness instructor, in the very, very beginning. And my husband and I, who was then my boyfriend at the time, we were both like, we really saw a void in our community for healthy options. So my personal training clients, although they were so dedicated to the gym and so dedicated to their workouts and showed up, they just were never seeing the results that they wanted because they weren't eating, and it was just lack of convenience and lack of time and all the things. So we started out of our house. We were kind of cooking and meal prepping and delivering, and then it started to just grow. Word of mouth started to spread, and here we are 10 years later. Now we have, I don't know, 6 delivery vans, and we're delivering probably around 4,000 meals a week in New Orleans.
I actually recommended you to 3 of my nutrition clients this week. Like, I don't even know you, but I recommended you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, so like part of it is, one of them is a chef, and she has a hard time cooking for herself.
Oh, wow.
She cooks all day for everybody else, and
That's
then gets home and she's like, oh.
Yeah.
And she didn't know what
That
to
makes
do, and I was
sense.
like, maybe you should sub that out,
Yeah.
Not to mention chefs. So when I was cooking the food, I saw this too, because calories are still calories, right?
Yeah.
So part of your job as a chef, thank you. So part of your job as a chef is to taste the food, right? So all day long, you're taking a bite and a bite and a bite and a bite and a bite.
Snagging.
And so even for chefs, it's sometimes really hard to balance that, healthy eating. Even though you're cooking healthy food, if you're all on the calorie train all day long,
100%.
it's difficult. So I think breaking it up with some prepared food that you don't have to cook. I mean, I can tell you that from my own life is like, when I get home, that's the last thing. Even though I'm not cooking the food anymore, we have a full culinary team. But it's in my brain all day, and I don't want to think about it. I like to cook when I want to cook, so I like to have that meal prepared, and it's just, the food is excellent, and...
Emily gets
so
food
good.
prepared for her, too.
Oh.
This guy right here.
Oh, you got an in-home chef?
Y'all, and he packs my lunch, and he writes, like, sweet little notes to me.
Oh,
my God.
Right?
Wow.
I gave her, like, happy hump day, and then I left a peach emoji on it.
Drew a peach emoji and put an arrow to it, and he said, that's a peach emoji.
So the other day, I was like, happy Monday to my sexy AF wife,
Oh, I love.
So sweet, right?
Goals.
The little things are the big things.
Y'all are winning.
Well, we weren't like that a decade ago.
Yeah, that's amazing.
We grew into that.
Okay, do y'all see what fit couples like? This is how fit couples live. Okay? That's why you should really work out.
It is. Like,
If you want
it is.
that, yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Okay, so you're the nutrition guru, mind.
Oh, no, I'm not a mind guru.
Mind
but,
guru.
But being in recovery, one of the things that I do, or one of the tools that I've been using for a little over 8 years, is meditation.
Yeah.
And so, just as Barb kind of noticed, there's an unmet need in our community, really, right? And I put out a quote this morning just about the body benefits from movement, the mind benefits from stillness. So, you can work out all day long. You can be in a gym all day long and you can eat all of the healthy foods. But if you're batshit crazy, you're batshit crazy, right? And I'm not claiming to be like a mental therapist or any of that, but meditation is something that has made such a difference and impact in my life. And I wanted to share that with my community.
Yeah, so for people that aren't a part of our community, or maybe are new to our community, the Root Fitness community, people may not know that Kelly was one of the first people that I called when the whole shutdown happened, because I was like, people are going to go nuts.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And we were brainstorming about resources that we could offer our community virtually. And I was like, meditation has to be part of it.
Yeah.
And the first meditation that I got on with you leading our community was like, I told you, like the very first moment of just like peace that I had, and not just sheer terror of closing down my business.
Yes.
So yes, what you do does a lot of good.
Yeah. And so I write and lead these meditations, and it really is just about like calming down and coming into the present moment. It's a very hard thing to do. We spend all of our time running to the next appointment, taking care of kids, zoning out, all these different things. And meditation really is just, God, such a great tool to bring you back, to kind of ground you, and just, I don't know, it makes me just feel this level of okayness. Yeah. Even in the chaos. And so, actually, speaking of meditation, this is how cool our community is that we've partnered with Romney Studios to bring a series of 12 mindful guided meditation classes here to the city, one a month. And so we're going to do this one for free the month of January. And we posted it this morning on Sweat Obsessed, and within 40 minutes
sold out, right?
Sold out.
Yeah.
So it's just like, okay, people I think have been through the shutdown, so they're like, give it to me, give me some peace.
If you're following along right now and you want to see what we're talking about, just go to @sweat_obs _obsessed on Instagram.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
One of the things I want to talk about though, in terms of the meditation, you talked about calories, exercise. Well, one of the side effects of not only the mental clarity but calming your mind down comes with minimizing stress. And one thing we talk about all the time with nutrition coaching in particular is we can look at the way we have our coaching set up, is we can see their macros, we can see their sleep, we can see their steps or fitness level, okay? And then sometimes there's like not an explanation for why they're holding on to weight, or maybe they gained weight.
Yeah.
But you see that they feel like a 3 out of 5 instead of a 5, and you might ask, well, my stress level's through the roof. Well, high stress levels lead to water retention, weight gain, bloating, those types of things. So that is the added benefit from a, maybe aesthetic purpose or a physical purpose.
Yeah.
It is, and it's subjective too. I mean, one person may feel a certain way. Some people, there's so many people. I mean, I know I can still be in denial about things that I'm feeling. And that's why I love partnering with these two girls, because they are so well versed when it comes to healthy eating and staying consistent. And that's the key word. And you taught me a long time ago, nutrition isn't just like the food. Emotions are so tied to nutrition. And that's where I roadblock. That is really where I roadblock. So these two, I feel like, have it. I mean, they're just Jedis. I am the nutrition misfit. Like, I'm the Kool-Aid and French bread. I grew up drinking purple Kool-Aid and eating French bread. My mom and dad, I love them to pieces, but that's how I grew up.
Yeah.
And so that's what I'm used to. I'm used to comfort food. And I love comfort food, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I want to learn how to eat better and feel good about it. Not like, oh, I have to eat a salad.
Yeah. And we have worked together before, but your mom passed away, right?
Yes.
When we started working together. And so I feel like our coaching relationship almost flipped, and it became carrying you from a nutrition standpoint through grief and
not wanting to eat. Do you
yeah,
remember that?
you like did not want to eat at all. So it was like giving you tools and things to get you to eat anything.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
Cool. And Amanda, you've been a trainer for how long?
Oh, goodness. Well, I was an athlete most of my life. I was a gymnast until I was 21. And then I just always loved working out. And then I became a trainer after my kids were born. So probably 8 or 9 years.
Okay. Sweet.
Yeah.
Can you bring us through the gamut? Because I know you've done a lot of different things.
Yes. I'm trained in all the things.
What's your favorite?
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. I'm always asked that question, actually.
Yeah.
My favorite to teach is probably Bosu, which is just a really fun cardio beat-based workout.
Explain what a Bosu is.
A Bosu,
Because
so
CrossFitters are like,
yeah.
It's both sides up.
Right.
That's what it stands
really?
for.
Oh, both sides.
I did not even know
Is
that.
everybody's mind blown?
it's an
Both sides up.
Which is true, because we start with the flat
it's
side
the
up.
half
and we,
ball, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both
So
sides
it's like a exercise
stand
ball, but
on
it's
the-
You
it's
can
got a flat
use
side.
it both with both sides up. That's what it
Right.
stands
So
for.
the one side's
Oh.
flat,
Look at you.
and then
Right,
it's
right.
like a resistance ball. So it's
You're
like a
blown
half a circle.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
But yeah, mind blown. Both sides up, because we do in the class use both sides up at different points.
Look forward to that question in our Trivial Pursuit game.
What does BOSU stand for?
Yes. Oh no. So Bosu and Ride are both probably my top two to teach. Well, I don't know. And I love
Ride is
teaching.
spinning?
Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
also to the beat though. It's kind of like dancing
Cool.
on a bike. So
Yep.
that's fun.
Yeah.
But I'm also a certified Pilates instructor, and I teach Megaformer, which is similar but a little different than Pilates. Pilates is more circular movements, and Megaformer is more like lunging up and down, more planking.
I
sort
think
of
you
not as
guys
fluid.
might be the only Megaformer
Yes.
studio now,
Now we are, yes.
as currently.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have 2 locations, but yes, we have Megaformer,
Right.
both of them. Yes, what else? I'm a personal trainer, so I teach just one-on-one training, slow motion exercise. Did I miss one? Oh, Pulse, which is also beat driven.
Okay.
And yeah, I teach all the things.
What do you hate training? Because there's stuff I hate training.
She's like, I don't
Come
know.
on. There's gotta be something that you're like, eye roll.
So actually,
Let's be real.
if I had to do one of them all the time, I would hate it. But since
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
I mean, I use my body physically to teach a lot of the classes at Romney, minus Pilates or Megaformer. So I need those, even though like I wouldn't want to teach that all day long.
Right.
But I need that just to like talk instead of physically doing it. And then also personal training. It's a different vibe completely because it's not in the room with the loud music. There's in fact no music, and it's very more personal. And those are quick 30-minute sessions, but I love my clients and spending that 30 minutes with them. So like I said, if I had to pick and do all, I like the mix of it. Works out for me. Good.
She's incredible. And the reason why I have to say this, because I take a lot of her classes, it's one thing to coach a class. I've taken so many classes where people are kind of like, okay, do this, do that, even in personal training or even in boxing, really. You hold for a full hour. Not only is she doing the movements, like hardcore doing the movements, she's speaking. Yeah, you know, she's calling out.
That's hard. And then she does it back to back to back. I'm like, I just don't even know
girl, how much do you eat?
She's superhuman. She's like Tom Brady superhuman. Like, I think something.
My
crazy.
gymnastics training definitely prepared me for that. Like, it's almost like it's just the way I was. Trained, literally.
It's a machine.
Yeah.
I mean, ride. She goes from a ride class, which is, I mean, it's hardcore. Like, you're
absolutely
trying to keep up sometimes, but then she goes right into a BOSU class, which is high endurance. I mean, it's low impact, but it's
I've never done a spin class, but I have ridden a Peloton bike, and I love it.
No, that's
really?
Peloton's not the same. You need the vibe of everybody in the room.
You need to come do a sweat buddy class.
And we have all the outdoor classes too. If you don't want to wear the mask, or if you're paranoid to be inside, you know, with the whole pandemic.
Neither, but I will come and do whatever you tell me to do.
Okay, I got you.
Music is a huge factor.
Music's huge.
Thank you. Music, I'm like very, you know, when I sweat, I'm like very driven by music. Like, it just does
it's
something
one of my
for my
pet
soul.
peeves at the gym. Like when I talk to my coaches and we talk about like
class experience.
What do they need to know? It's class experience, right? I'm like, look, you know, you're coaching 25 people, right? So like, there's not going to be any groundbreaking thing you're going to tell someone today, right? Like, you know, there's only so much time for each person, right? So what do you have to do? You have to make sure they stay safe.
Yeah.
And you got to make sure like
they're having fun.
You're having fun.
Yeah.
Right.
And part of that's the music, and part of that is talking to every single person and saying their name. You know, like it just has to be like that.
A lot of it is the experience. We were talking about this at the Green Fork earlier with a girlfriend of mine. It's about experience, and really what drives experience are the people involved. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and I think that's another great benefit of Sweat Obsessed is that something we're looking to do is starting to do maybe instructor highlights where we're highlighting different instructors. I mean, because not everybody's the same. Like you can teach me, I can train how to teach a CrossFit class and I can teach it, but it's going to be so different coming from you. Yeah. Right. So
I had a mentor one time that said, like, if you were hiring a fitness coach, don't go hire someone that has all this like fitness experience.
Certification.
Yeah, certification, all that stuff. Go hire the bank teller that has an awesome customer service and personality. And then teach them how to teach fitness and they will crush it. Because when it comes down to it, like that, our motto at Rue is get fit, have fun.
Yeah.
And to me, that's what it's got to be about, because at the end of the day, we talk about like variety, right? Mm-hmm. If you get bored and you're not seeing results, you're out.
Yeah.
You're going to quit, right? And the reality is that most people in a fitness setting, no matter what they do or where they go, is going to plateau and not see results at some point because their nutrition isn't great. Because that standpoint or the goals of maybe aesthetics, not necessarily performance, but aesthetics, is based so much off of nutrition.
Yeah.
That if you are not on that, right? Like if you are not on that, and you're just doing fitness, you will plateau. I see it every day, you know, every year that we've been open, before I was open, and all different modalities of fitness, right? So how do you keep people coming back? Well, it's fun. You provide that community atmosphere. It's fun. It's stress relief. Anxiety stays down. You know, you're getting a good sweat on. Those types of things.
And you speak about the plateau, and that's why I think Sweat Obsessed has grown. I mean, I'm like kind of analytical. We're looking at insights, and we're looking at how are we growing? How are we doing? Are people engaged? We've got like a 2.4% increase of engagement and following, and it's because of, I think people, I know I do, that you asked me, like, why are you jumping? Why do you go to so many different places? I plateau and I don't want to just stop. So, and I think our community is much like that. So they come to Sweat Obsessed to see, like, what is Barb doing? Barb's got such great experiences with at-home workouts. That's something that will never, and I'll just be honest, it'll never appeal to me because I'm just not that type of human. I just don't like, but there are so many of our followers that are like loving it and send, you know, messages, and they're like, tell me about this instructor, tell me about that. And it's the same with like Amanda. She's got so many different classes that she teaches. And I think, you know, what you said about having the bank teller, right? Like, I've taken BOSU. I can teach BOSU. I know the class structure, but it won't be the same because I don't have that instructor thing. And I'm the first.
Do you think we should test this out?
I was about to say,
Should we try this?
And squat. But no, I don't have
I think you're selling yourself short, Kelly.
Well,
I
no,
think you can absolutely do it.
I really, no. You know what? Maybe I could. I don't want to.
Okay.
And I think, you know what? That's the beauty. That's the beauty of this.
Right?
Like, I don't want to field. I'm gonna be honest. People ask about nutrition. I'll text Barb and Amanda and I'm like, hey, check the inbox.
What do you think?
I'm just, no. But if somebody asks a question about meditation, or they're asking a question about emotions, like, grief, or whatever it may be, or whatever we're talking about at the time, that's what I hit. And then, I mean, everybody's got kind of their niche.
That's
like
why Bradley and I work so well together, because we specialize in different areas.
And what are those areas?
I am good at organizational skills. I'm just messing.
No, that's true.
If I had to program the gym, I would be completely lost. Nobody would be getting any result.
I'm the cruise director.
Yeah. He's the visionary.
Emily's
I'm the little detail person. He's the mayor. Exactly.
So my husband and I both are, like I said before, we own the business together, and it's a very interesting dynamic, you know. But we also too. He's always like, "I'm the visionary." I'm like, "Okay, all right." So he really,
that one, babe.
He is like the numbers, the finance,
That's
you know. He is definitely that brain, and I'm like the creative.
Yeah,
like
that's right.
You know, so
100%.
it has to
works,
be a good balance.
Now,
it
do
does.
y'all sit across from each other like we do?
No, we freaking sit. Our office space is, I can't even tell you. It's probably smaller than this room. And then it's broken up. I have three people in the office next to us, and then him and I are like literally right next to each other.
Oh, in the same room too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. So like when we do nutrition check-ins, I'm like, can you go in the other room?
Can you get out of here, please?
I don't want you listening to me. Like, I feel judged.
It's true. I'm judging him all the time.
Yeah, 100% true. So shall we get to the mailbox?
Sure.
Or the
poll?
poll? The
The
poll?
mailbox. I'm
I call it the mailbox.
Sure, we can get in the mailbox.
Talk about the
Sweat
poll.
obsessed
What do people
mailbox.
want to know about?
Yeah.
I like
What do
that.
people want to know about? I love that.
All right, they want to know how much exercise is too much.
Oh, Amanda, you answer that question.
Go ahead.
I mean, I work
Amanda's
out
there.
too much.
Right.
I am the definition of work out too much. No.
For the average person.
The average person, I mean, I think it varies.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's totally relative to
Highly
each individual
variable.
person.
And it depends on a lot of things. Your stress, your sleep, how you're recovering, your nutrition. Like,
One thing we talk to people about is like, you should not go 18 days in a row working out. Like you need rest in order for you to see progress.
Yeah.
I mean, to see progress.
Yeah.
Okay, your body has to calm down and the inflammation has to go away. That's not going to happen if you work out every single day. I do some like remote programming for a couple of our nutrition clients, and I will literally write in like, day 4, go for a 45-minute walk. Just walk.
And they're like, what?
No, they're cool. Day 7, go for a walk. That's
good.
it. Don't run, don't jog, walk.
Yeah. I think, with fitness, I relate it directly, my own personal experience, I mean, it's a coping mechanism for me.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, it just is. And, I can look at, Barb and I took a class not too long ago. She's like, what number is this for you? Number of workouts. And when I'm going through something, be it a breakup or, I don't know, a change financially or something that is just grief.
Yeah.
You're thinking about my mom and, inherently, I don't want to sit with the feeling. It's uncomfortable.
I get that.
And a lot of people, do other things. A lot of people will drink. A lot of people will gamble. A lot of people will go out. there's so many different ways in which you can access not to feel. And exercise has been that thing for me. So in answering that question, I know for me personally, how much exercise is too much. When I'm working out 2 or 3 times a day, it is too much for me, but I think the difference is I have an awareness about it.
So that's what I was going to say. As long as it's part of your overall plan, it's fine. You just have to know what the consequences
The awareness.
are. The
yes.
awareness. And I think that's so important. Like,
Yeah.
if you're like, I don't know why I'm not gaining muscle. Well,
Yeah.
you just have to rank what's more important. Do you want to gain muscle and definition, or do you want to work out for mental clarity, like, and reduce stress?
Yeah, and I
There's a
find that when I
difference.
work out once a day, it's very interesting. It not only, I mean, I guess this is like all biological, but like I feel better. I feel better working. I get a good workout in once a day, and I just feel better. I sleep better when I'm working out 2 to 3 times a day. And it's not like I'm never going to do that again. That will be an issue. Like I'll continue to do it. But on the days where I'm working out 2 to 3 times a day, I'm restless at night. It's interesting.
I think too, the variety of your workouts is key, because if you were doing 2 or 3 CrossFit workouts a day, like that would be very bad.
Definitely.
I'd be passed out.
You know, so you're varying the intensity of your workouts. You're going to yoga and then you're doing a boxing class, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I can speak to this a little bit because I've definitely struggled over the past couple of months. I'm pregnant right now. I'm 15 weeks pregnant. Yay! And I've had to like abandon the game plan. So right when we started Sweat Obsessed, I'm like not pregnant at this point, or I probably maybe even was, and I didn't realize it. And I'm, you know, I have all these plans in my head of like all these workouts I'm gonna start trying, and I mean, I've been sick, like nauseated every morning. And the first time that I was pregnant, I tried to stick to my same routine, and I kind of posted and talked a little bit about this, and I felt defeated because I really couldn't keep up with the same type of workout, and I had to really change it up, and I was feeling really bad about myself. Like, I'm seeing this pregnant girl work out and she's sweating her ass off and she's killing it, and like, why am I struggling so bad? So with this pregnancy, I'm really trying to honor the body, rest a lot more. And so for me, exercise, to be honest, is I think movement's very, very important, but I'm being very gentle with myself and really you know, taking it day by day. If I really feel bad, if I feel like I need rest, I'm taking it, you know. And I think especially women, as we go through different stages and phases in our lives, you know, it's really important to kind of say, like, this is a chapter, and I won't be in this chapter for very long, and so honor it while you're in it. And I think everybody kind of has to do that at some point with their exercise routine, is like, it's okay to take some time, you know.
That's
Good
I
advice.
can speak to that too, just because I had twins, and so I didn't work out 1 single second of my entire pregnancy. So I always tell people, like, pregnant Amanda and like real life Amanda are two different people. Like, I work out 2 and 3 times a day. Granted, it's my job now, but even if it wasn't, like, I definitely worked out a lot. And I think as long as you, like, listen to your body. Like, if it doesn't feel good, like, take a rest day. And although it might be challenging mentally, for me it used to be, like, when it wasn't my job and I have to, even though I do need a day. I practice what I preach, I need to, I guess. But it would be a struggle. Just because, you know, if your body's used to that, like the endorphins and the sweat and just the way you feel great after, like those days when I don't work out, or some people might feel this, guys might feel this, like, you're lethargic kind of, or like you're not as like energized, right? Because you didn't.
We were talking to that. We have a Sunday morning class at 8:30. It's an endurance class. It's Kelly's
favorite.
It's Kelly's favorite. It's my favorite class of the week as well. We don't use a lot of weight, and if we do use weight, it's very light. But high reps, it's like 45 minutes straight, nonstop stuff. But like everybody there swears by it. Like, that's how you start your Sunday off, and it makes for a way more productive Sunday. One of the things I was going to talk about in terms of how much exercise is too much exercise is it depends on your lifestyle. So if you have a very stressful life, well, exercise is stress on the body. So how much stress, additional stress, do you want to add? You know, if you get to sleep 9 hours and take a nap in the middle of the day and you don't have kids, go at it, you know, go for it, right? Like, but like when you have all those additional stressors on your body, it might not be the best thing. Now, again, it all depends on what your goals are. If your goals are to like reduce anxiety, you know, then it's different. If your goals are aesthetic or performance or something else, like it all depends. That's the answer.
Especially where strength
Yeah.
training is
all
concerned, I
Yeah.
tell people to reframe rest days as growth days, because when
Yeah.
you're lifting weights, literally what you're doing is like tearing your muscles apart, right? And if you never rest, you're never allowing your body to repair that muscle tissue and gain muscle.
Right.
So reframe rest days as growth days.
Yeah,
I love it.
that's a great point.
All right, next one. We'll do something fun. Favorite workout wear?
Oh.
Mine is
This is
PE
mine.
Nation. Yeah, I love
PE Nation.
PE Nation. Yeah, I love it. It's super. I don't know. I think it's like beautiful stuff. It makes me feel good.
That's
and
important. It's got to make you feel good.
It's gotta
Yeah,
make me
makes you
feel
If you look good in the gym, you'll work out good.
Yeah.
I
It's
swear
true.
by that.
Yeah.
Yes, but you know, I've gone to Target and gotten a lot of great stuff too. So we were just talking about that. Like sometimes the stuff we wear, it can be quite expensive. But I know you're like
Can be.
You're the TJ Maxx
Jesus.
girl, right?
Oh, I mean, I'm a Maxinista.
She will.
That
go.
is my place.
So-
I go and I touch all the things.
Yes.
I like it.
Yes.
It's a stress reliever for me.
I don't wear shirts, so I don't have a particular
No, I know, you're
favorite
like-
shirt.
that's-
People are probably surprised I have a shirt on for this podcast, but we have guests, so I want to be nice. But I do prefer these.
These are
good.
awesome.
Those are
for the
nice.
men
These
in
are-
your life.
Oh yeah. Please tell.
Oh,
Oh,
you did. Okay.
These are called Legends.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Legends.
All right.
Aren't they cute?
They're so cute.
They're
I
so
like
cute.
them.
I
So-
do. I like them too.
One of the things that I really like about them, all right, is they're light but they're durable.
Yeah.
I like how
I thought you
it's
said adorable.
Adorable.
He said durable.
Durable.
Oh, I thought he said adorable too.
Durable.
I was like, he's like, I know
You're
I like
saying that
adorable.
Durable.
Durable?
Yeah.
You're-
Durable.
Durable.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a
Durable.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
We're
They're
with you
light
now?
and adorable.
That's awesome.
I said that on purpose. But you see how they're kind of what would you call this here? They have like the
Perforated?
no.
The wicking,
slit?
the mesh.
The slit.
Oh,
The slit
wow.
in the side really shows off my quads.
Oh, there you are.
So flattering.
There you are. Yeah.
So
We used to wear
there
a
you
ton
go.
of Lululemon speed shorts. Do you remember the speed, like the
Yeah.
shorts?
I do remember the speed
I do
shorts.
not wear. I don't know. I just
I never got into that.
You never got into
because-
shorts?
No, it's my legs chafe when I
Can
run.
I give something that
I
I,
don't like
hate?
'em.
Workout gear I hate. Can I throw this out there?
Like wearing
You're not
personally or
gonna-
hate seeing on
No, I
people?
hate seeing on people.
Oh, yeah.
Can I throw this
Tell
out?
Are you going to offend people?
Yeah, I'm gonna offend people.
biking shorts.
College girls,
Oh, jeez.
stop with the Nike oversized shorts. You
Oh.
look terrible. in
Oh,
them.
no. I was
there
waiting
we
for him
go.
to say something that I have on.
No, like,
God.
it's not
We all just
flattering.
became
Yeah.
super
We're just
self-aware.
like, oh my God.
You know what I'm talking
Oh my
about,
God.
right? The
Yeah.
oversized Nike
Oh,
shorts
yeah,
that are
these are
not
very
flattering.
unflattering.
I think the
People still wear
best.
those?
I think the best thing with workout wear for me is I'll invest in some really good pieces, right? But y'all have known me. I mean, I used to come to. I would go to Forever 21 and spend. I'm not even kidding. Like $40 and get like 6 like fishnet tank tops that matched with. You know, I mean,
Neon.
there's so many. Yes, there's neon. There's so many ways to make your
You
fitness
turned
outfit.
me onto what's the sports bra brand
Yeah,
that I buy for
Montiel.
Emily?
Oh, Montiel. MONTIEL.
They're
Yeah.
so good.
They
Yeah.
are so good. I like
Yeah,
They are.
I mean, it really is whatever makes you feel good.
it. Amanda, what's your favorite?
Yeah,
huh?
Miss Fitness Queen.
Oh, well, I have a PE Nation is definitely my jam.
I don't have any PE.
I don't either.
I'm obsessed.
I never even heard about it today.
And in fact, if y'all ever see me on Sweat Obsessed wearing PE Nation, it's Kelly's. I know I don't have any of it.
Oh, and I have a Porta bra on.
Oh, yeah.
That's your
Porta
favorite.
Bra. Porta
yeah?
Bra is my favorite.
Kelly,
They're
do you wear a lot of Aviator
Yeah.
Nation?
I do.
Yeah,
So we went into that
the
store in Austin.
We're like, oh, this store looks like Kelly.
I walked in and I was like, this sweatshirt costs $400 for a tie. Are you kidding me?
It's too I know.
Oh my god!
It is expensive, but I love it. It's got that like 1970s.
No, it's
California
cool. I was like,
feel,
oh,
yeah.
this looks cute for Brennan. $260.
200. Yeah, I wouldn't
Yeah.
buy it for a kid.
Nah,
No,
7-year-old.
it's not gonna
Yeah.
fit him in a year.
Well, I went to school in the West Coast, so it reminds me of like that vibe. So I love it. I absolutely love it. But you love You're the one who
Porta
turned me on
bra.
a Porta bra. So
Oh,
this
yeah,
is a Porta bra.
So it's
Let me-
meant as
Yeah, can you
well.
show us?
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
That's cute.
Okay.
So wait,
it's
mine-
cute.
hang on.
And the material is
You
really
see
nice.
Should I
Yeah.
take my shirt off?
No,
Yes.
look at that.
Yes.
Look
It's
at
very
that.
How many viewers do you want to get?
Oh, it's got a little
It's
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I needed to show you
Yeah.
that. It's very
The cap
ballet.
sleeve.
It's ballet inspired.
Definitely
What
ballet
is that
inspired.
called? And Bradley's like, cap sleeve.
Yeah, I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah, you did.
I did this on purpose. I knew this question was coming. No.
Yeah, no, and the
I feel antsy now.
the
I feel
owner-
antsy.
PE Nation. It's actually not PE. PE is her name. Pip Edwards. She is
Oh, I thought it was
in
Physical
Australia. I
Education
know
Nation.
everyone does, but
Oh, she
Makes
knows.
sense though.
yeah.
She knows.
But yeah, it's an Australian brand. She does like all the things. She actually Pilates is her favorite, but it holds you in, and you can
It's
do
really
all
nice.
the things: cardio.
Anything.
It's not a
low
whole lot
impact.
to be held in for me.
I mean, I do like Lululemon and all the things. I have
Yeah.
Yeah.
Target. I have Target.
Yeah.
I just I don't care the brand as long as
Yeah.
it looks good on
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yes, that's.
Or sometimes
that's
I'll
really-
mix a PE Nation with like a Target.
I do wear less Lululemon these days, and
the colors.
they
I
know
remember the colors.
they know why. I tell you guys all the time. Okay, the male stuff is just not flattering anymore.
Oh,
Like,
that's
it
not
is-
true. You got a Lululemon shirt like 5 days ago.
Oh,
That's
Henley.
so cute.
So the casual gear is still nice, but
nice.
he
I
likes
like
the Lulu Henleys.
athletic tapered. Okay,
Yeah.
y'all. This is what my body does. I need shirts that do that.
Yeah.
Upside down
Okay?
triangle.
I also don't need boxy shorts.
Yeah.
I don't know. My husband swears by their underwear. Like that's all he will wear is the Lululemon underwear.
Bradley's on a Manscaped train.
What's that?
Oh,
So-
we have that razor.
Yeah, so I have a
I'm
manscaper.
like-
I have
For all the
confiscated that
guys.
razor. I already told y'all.
Well, so it's funny.
Oh, this is
I'm gonna give
funny.
everybody
Oh,
a
I
hack
like
here
this.
for all. If there's any guys listening, okay, if you have the Manscaper, Manscaper is to trim your pubic region. Okay. So I was gonna
Taking off
buy.
shirts,
I was
talking
gonna buy a
about
second
pubic regions,
Manscaper because
fine.
I use an electric razor on my face.
Okay.
And I was like, hey, do y'all have any razors for your face? I'm thinking about buying a second one. Or can I use this? And they're like, well, don't use the same one. And I'm like, duh.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not going to shave my face with my
Yeah.
junk razor.
Right.
Okay? All right? But,
Oh my God.
so they said, well, just buy a replaceable blade. Just switch out the blades. Genius.
Oh,
and I
yeah.
used it the other
There
day.
you go.
Y'all, this razor, I already told them about this razor.
The Plow 2.0.
It's it's incredible.
You talking about the straight one or the electric?
No, the electric
Oh,
one.
yeah, it is. Yeah.
It's amazing, and I've totally confiscated it from my husband because I love it. Like, I'm obsessed with it. So, ladies, why don't we have a Manscaped promo code that we can give out right
You need that. So I like to wear their
Not
I like to wear their
sponsored by
underwear. I don't
Manscaped.
have it on right now because this has a built-in
They have good
liner, but
underwear.
it says across the front Manscaped. So like, and if you follow me on Instagram at Bradley Schneller on Instagram, or is it Brad Schneller? I don't know. You'll
Bradley.
find me.
It's Bradley.
It's at Bradley Schneller. Thank
Always
you, Kelly.
Bradley.
Every Monday, I post half-naked pictures of me, and they're always in my Manscaped underwear,
I
so
love it.
There you go.
you could see them.
Then
So
they
you
need
have
to
that to
give you
look
a
forward
promo
And
code.
I
need
don't
to
want,
give you
you know,
one, yeah.
a lot of ladies DM me and tell me to leave it up to mystery, but I'm just gonna tell you, it's Manscaped underneath.
Oh, all right.
I love it. I love it. Oh my God.
All right.
That's awesome.
Repping the brand
Where
well.
were we at?
I was about to say, that was a long.
Yeah.
All right.
Nowhere.
Yeah.
How much
All right.
exercise is too much
Let's bring it
exercise?
back. Let's talk about fasting. So, who here has fasted?
I was in a scientific test group on fasting.
Yeah, how did it go?
Not good. So Molly Kimball, and this is probably 4 years ago, she did a test group of probably around, I don't know, 10 or 12 people for intermittent fasting, and we did it all. We did the blood work, and we, went in every week or so to like have it all done, checked. And I was one of two of the whole entire group that gained weight on it.
goodness.
It just did not work for me. My body didn't respond to it well. But I have a lot of clients that do it. My husband does it, and he loves it. So just for me personally. it didn't-
Depends on the person.
It does.
And the person, Kelly?
Yeah. I mean, I've tried everything, fasting being one of them. I found that it worked for me, and it worked for me because I don't get hungry in the morning. So I've never even like following certain regimens where they're like, have breakfast. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Like that was hammered into my head as a kid. And I've just never been a morning, like I don't eat in the morning. So fasting is very easy for me. I don't like do it consistently, but it's been something that has worked for me in the past.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it didn't work for me either. Just because, I I mean, I did try it, but I work out so much. Like, I have to eat.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I wake up starving, so I was, like, fighting against that.
I ate half a bagel at 4:45 a.m. today.
Yeah, like, I feel like if your body
sounds so
is
good.
waking up starving, you should probably
Exactly.
feed it. Like,
Yeah.
And I know, like, the window to eat, but, like, it's, like, too much in a small amount of time for me.
Yeah.
It's, like, I can't.
Do you guys find that fasting is kind of can be negative for people? Because you brought up such a good point. If I wake up in the morning and I'm starving,
Eat.
and then they're telling me, "Hey, fasting works," then I'm starting to shame myself. Like, I'm hungry, but I'm not going to eat because I'm
Right.
supposed to be. I can't eat until noon. I can't eat
We
until
find
noon.
that it's best for caloric restriction if you're using it for that.
So explain that.
So, for example, for me, okay, like I eat 2,600 calories, okay? I prefer to eat most of my calories in the evening. So I generally work out at 2:30.
He has 3 dinners.
I do eat 3 dinners. So I like to save the majority of my calories for the evening where that's where I want to eat.
That's where you want to
We
eat.
have other people that like to spread them out throughout the day, but I kind of hoard my calories till
That's
night
cool, yeah.
because that's what I want to do. Now,
Yeah.
I also eat breakfast when I want to eat breakfast. I put it this way. When I stopped fasting and just carried more about my macronutrient breakdown, okay, and my calories, that's when I got shredded. Not when I fasted for 5 years.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
So
And macro. So that was. a
That's
big
another
one.
question,
So
too.
yeah, I like texted both these girls. I'm like, like all these people talking about supplements and macros and like, where's the meditation and emotion and, like
Right.
all that good stuff. Class reviews. I mean, that all came out of the poll, but man, everybody like macros. That's a thing that I don't know. Kind of an enigma. Like, some people know about it, some people don't. Some people think, like, for me, when we're going to be working together on this nutrition journey, because it is a struggle for me to eat healthy consistently. I can eat healthy for 2 or 3 days. I can eat healthy for a week, but I cannot eat healthy for the long haul. I've always binged at the I'll just I'll get an icy or I'll get candy, and I can't. It's hard for me.
and I'll let you take over in a second, but one of the things people say is like, oh, I don't want to track my food.
Well, that's what
I'm
I
not
told
into
her.
tracking.
She's
Can
like,
we
macro.
define what macros are for the people that might
Yeah,
not know?
please.
Because I think a lot
You
of people
explain,
don't even
because
know
I-
what they
yeah.
are. So in the world of nutrients, there are micronutrients, vitamins, minerals, and there are macronutrients. And there's just 3 macronutrients: carbs, fats, and protein. And all macronutrients have calories, right? So by tracking macros, you are also tracking calories. But by targeting specific targets with each macronutrient, so a certain number of grams of protein, a certain number of grams of fat, a certain number of grams of carbs, it becomes a data manipulation game where you can adjust the numbers and get very specific aesthetic results by doing that.
Yeah, but with weight, when you say grams,
Yeah.
so I hear that.
So
as
it involves
somebody
weighing your
weighing
food.
and so then it becomes, for me personally, it becomes, I have to track something out. Like, and I guess it's all connected.
So
to your
everybody
goals.
tracks in a certain way, whether you are eyeing up your food and tracking in your head, or you're taking pictures, or you're estimating. Everyone tracks. It's just how accurate
How dialed in are you?
is your tracking.
Or you could just order Clean Creations and we have
There you
it
go.
on the
Boom.
label.
Oh, there you
And
go.
it's very accurate because I do
Do you-
nutrition analysis
So do
myself.
you have a lot of people
Will
asking
you, like, if someone says, hey, this is what I need to eat per day,
Yeah.
would you fit the macro profile to them, like, for all 3 meals, so where, like, you could basically give them all their macros for the day?
Definitely. So we have a custom meal builder option where the customer can essentially build their meal out. As they are building it,
Oh, wow.
it is calculating the macros on the right side of the screen for them. And then when the meal comes to them, it'll have a nice pretty label on it. It'll have
That's
the
great.
ingredients in there. It'll have the macros that they basically added to their container. They don't want to go that route. All of the meals every meal that we offer is going to have a nutrition label on it and the macros listed, the full nutrition profile, fiber, everything.
scannable?
That's what I was about to ask. Is there a barcode
Is it
on it
in
yet?
MyFitnessPal?
Not yet,
Okay.
but we do have a lot of customers that have uploaded meals in there already. So it might
you can
already be
search?
in there.
Oh,
Yes.
that's cool.
So I actually, and if you wanted, I could show you how to do this. Because I actually put in like a bunch of entries for our coaching program.
Like, you
based
can
off of,
search, like-
USDA, but like you could basically put Clean Creations chicken breast, and
Yeah.
you could build it in per 100 grams, and now people are just searching for Clean Creations chicken breast.
I'm on it.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys do.
That's leave here and go get on that right now.
And it's not hard, and it's quick and easy to do.
Yeah.
Okay, let's chat before I go.
Yeah. So I have a question for you. So do you have a lot of clients that already know what macros are, or do you have a lot of clients that are interested in counting macros?
So yes, I have a lot of clients that are interested in tracking their macros. The problem is that, and I think you even mentioned this before we even got started, is that a lot of times the macros that they need to take in,
Yeah.
that are being given to them, is very inaccurate.
Yeah.
I am not a dietitian, and I will never give somebody a diet regime to follow, nor will I give them macros to follow. I don't feel like I'm qualified to do that. I will facilitate the meals and make sure that it's clean, high
Right.
quality ingredients, and that the nutrition is very accurate.
Yeah.
The FDA actually gives you a 20% swing on your nutrition.
Yes.
I don't follow that, nor do I believe in that. So just for anybody listening, just keep that in mind, that the FDA does allow any label to be within a 20% range. So if you're seeing 180 calories, it could
insane.
really be 20% more than
We were
that.
talking about that in our Stacked Coaching private Facebook group today, about how sometimes labels are misleading because they can remove calories from fiber, remove calories from sugar alcohol. So you do the calorie math based on the macronutrients, and you arrive at a very different number than the calorie number on the label.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I use a system called Recipal. It's an FDA approved database. We test our recipes over and over and over and over again to make sure that the yield is very accurate. We then drop that into Recipal, and then I do the nutrition analysis on it. So it's basically it's the same thing that dietitians are using essentially, but the nutrition label that you were seeing on a meal is accurate. And we have customers that complain sometimes that the calories, they're like, the calories are so high. I'm like, okay, well, we have to look at where the calories are coming from,
Yeah.
one. But two, you have to understand that these are accurate. I mean, if you go out to eat, don't even wrap your head around how many calories you're taking in on a plate of food from a restaurant. So, yes, they do want to know.
In it. By the way, everybody, there are 9 calories to every fat gram. So if your restaurant overdoes it on the oil, then you're in a world of hurt.
Yeah, I mean, so people do want to know, and they do want to track it.
Yeah.
The problem is that a lot of these sources of where they're getting what they need to track, like you need to be taking in this many grams of fat per day, and et cetera, is not always right. So I definitely lead them to. I can start sending them to you now.
Yeah,
There you are.
Yeah. We use outcome-based decision making, just so you know. So we don't use a calculator at all. We just tell people to eat, track what you're doing, and then we slowly manipulate things over time
Based on
what their body is doing,
what they're seeing,
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
Good on y'all,
Yeah.
because a lot of people are not doing it that way, and
Most people don't.
Most
do it.
people
Right.
don't do it that way. Our process is very systemized, and it's also a baby step approach. We're not starting somebody out who doesn't know what a macro is and throwing 3 targets at them and being like, go, try to meet the targets. It's very different than that.
And so for you guys who are listening, Emily's talking a little bit about Stack Coaching, which is kind of your new nutrition program here that y'all have implemented.
Yeah, it's fully remote nutrition coaching. We've got clients all over the country now.
Yeah,
it's
awesome.
growing really
Congrats.
quickly.
It's really, really neat. And so I'm actually going to be starting the journey with Emily.
Yeah.
So Sweat Obsessed followers will follow along with me a little bit about what Stack Coaching is, more in depth about macro and macro counting. And I'm sitting here and I'm listening to all these numbers and all this grams and all this weighing. And for followers out there that are kind of overwhelmed and why would you even want to do this? Amanda actually helped with our mission statement. When we were sitting around that table, Amanda brought up, people just don't know how good they can actually feel.
Yeah.
Right? And so, bringing it back home to why we started with Sweat Obsessed, that's really been our vision and our mission. I get chills talking about it because if people, you know, that's why we're sitting here talking about macronutrients and why people, how much exercise is too much exercise, and feel, you know, what do you wear when you go to work out to help you feel good, to help you continue to exercise and move your body, and meditation. All these things help to support feeling better than you ever could have imagined.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that, like, I don't know, sometimes we can get, like, dial in and get into the nitty gritty of it, and people can get like, wait, well, what is it, macro? What? Just overall, I think it's, I mean, it just reminds me of what you said that day, and we're like, oh, that's so
Yeah,
true.
people I think who they don't realize it. It's like, let's say you eat poorly over time. That's your baseline. That's how you feel.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you
Yeah.
know. But if you knew how good you could feel, you wouldn't eat that shit because it's not worth it. Like, and my body's very like in tune. Like, I can have one thing, I'm like, oh, I feel my fingers like swelling up.
Yeah, me
or,
too.
I wake up the next day and I'm like, I feel like shit because
Me.
I know exactly why. I know
Yeah.
exactly what I ate that made me feel that way.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, inflammatory foods.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just did the Instagram story about we went, and I mean, I track every meal every day, weigh it all. But Saturday I decided not to. We took some friends out to barbecue, Central City Barbecue. It was fantastic. Thank you, Mark. Shout out to Mark. But it was a high level of fat that I don't normally eat. And it was high level of sodium that I don't normally eat.
You drank
Sugar,
a beer.
etc. I
Doesn't
drank a
normally
beer.
do
I don't
that.
normally drink.
Yeah.
And what happens? I gained 3
Compounding.
pounds overnight.
Yeah.
And then on Monday I was still 3 pounds heavier. And then today I lost 3 pounds.
Do you
Because
see?
that's water retention. That's what happens when you eat wacky foods or something that's out of the norm.
And that's why I'm working with you, and because I don't know, I mean, I'll drink whole milk and be like, that's amazing. Like, it just
Hey, it
feels
tastes
good.
good. It tastes
right?
good. You just got to account for it. That's all.
You gotta account for it. And
Well, that's it. That's the way that I kind of got you on board to even venturing into this macros thing. Like, candy is your thing, right?
Yeah.
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 You're very open about that. But what if there was just a way to account for it?
yeah, I love that.
Right?
I do
like,
love that.
you don't have to cut it out of your life forever,
No.
but you have to treat it like an adult. You can't have all the candy all the time,
Yeah.
right? So,
And I think what Amanda was saying too about, you know, people don't know how good they can feel, and she can put something in her body, Barb can put something and feel something immediately.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing with supplements. We were talking yesterday, and I'm like, I don't take supplements, and I think they're a waste of money.
yeah.
And they both were like, well, and you too. You
Yeah.
were like, there are good supplements.
Yes.
You just have to know which ones to take. But I've never experienced.
Yeah.
I'm at the baseline, so I've never. I mean, I've dabbled in them a little bit, but I don't know what it feels like to be on.
I think where
magnesium every single
people
day.
go wrong with supplements is they're going to Costco and getting the 5-gallon jug of like fish oil pills
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
thinking that they're doing something good for
Yeah.
their body. Quality matters
Yeah.
a lot.
It does.
Yeah.
Also, Emily, you talk about this all the time. Don't be that person that's mowing their lawn while their house is on fire. So you can eat and drink all the supplements in the world, but if you eat like shit,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
If you're
That's
not
right.
moving your
Absolutely
body,
doesn't
if
matter.
you're eating like garbage, you know what I mean? Then take the supplements, but you're mowing your lawn with your house on fire. Like,
Yeah.
focus on putting out the fire first, and then worry about introducing the supplements.
I agree.
Do you take any supplements?
I do. So I take fish oil. I take probiotics. It's really, right now I take a prenatal vitamin, but those are my two for sure. Fish oil, I'm a huge firm believer in fish oil. I think it's so beneficial to the body.
What do you think about sardines?
Oh man, I've tried to sneak sardines into meals, and my husband is like, "Why
So good for
would
you."
you think that I'm not going to notice that?" But I mean, it's true.
Do
I
you
mean,
like
it's- I personally do.
I do too.
I like them too. I can eat them right out the can. Certain kinds. Not all sardines are created
Yes.
Yes.
So what is fish oil?
Sure.
What are the benefits? You said benefits. What do you notice in your body?
Well, I mean, you have to imagine that your cell is like a grape, essentially.
Okay.
And so you want to make sure that your cells stay like hydrated and replenished, and you know, it's good for, you know, anti-inflammatory,
Brain health.
absolutely. I mean, I have a whole entire post about this, but I mean, there's so many benefits, and probiotics as well. I mean, 70% of your your immune system is located in your gut. So if you don't have good gut health, I mean, you're dealing with leaky gut syndrome, and you know, a world of problems.
Do you know that 95% of serotonin is found in the gut as well? That could be
Interesting.
linked to emotional eating.
Probiotic. But also,
Yeah.
I agree with you that a high quality fish oil, if you're burping up a fish oil, that is the number one sign that it's rancid. So if you should not burp up a fish oil and taste it.
I tell people all the time, keep your fish oil in the fridge because it's oil. Like, it will go bad. And if you've had it for a while, a really good way to test to see if it's still good is prick open a pill and smell it, because you will know immediately if it has gone bad.
Yeah.
Don't buy fish oil, keep it in the back of your cabinet for years, and then find it and be like, oh, I should take one of these. No.
Anyone else take any supplements that out of the norm that we've talked about already?
Yeah, do you
my
take
God.
some supplements?
No, I have, I take,
You got that Monday through Friday little pill.
no, I
pack
don't. No. I take a probiotic, vitamin D, CoQ10. At night I take magnesium glycinate. And then I take all these herbs that I have specially formulated.
I take a vitamin D also. I just remember that.
I go essential amino acids before I work out, and then I take a CBD gummy before I go to sleep. And other than that, I take my shirt off as often as possible. I eat fish every single day, and I
Probiotic.
eat yogurt every night.
You do berries and greens every morning,
Oh, yeah,
too.
that's right.
There you
With
go.
a probiotic.
And then people were asking us, our followers, I want to make sure we cover all the topics they were asking about collagen.
So
Thoughts on
the
collagen?
thing with collagen, I think that collagen is good. You have to understand why, like the benefits too. I think some people just like see an Instagrammer say like you should do this, and they don't understand the benefits. So it's good for hair, nails, joint health. I think where a lot of people go wrong with collagen is they think that it's a good way to get their protein in, but collagen is not a complete protein, meaning it doesn't have all the amino acid profile in it. So it's not the best source of protein if that's why you're taking it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know nothing about collagen, honestly.
No,
cannot
I mean,
speak
that
to
was
at
one of
all.
the things people
But
were like
I
saying.
know
I'm
that
a
people
big
get
fan.
it injected, right?
I'm a big fan of getting things from like real food sources. So talking about fish oil, like going to a sardine,
Bone broth
you
for
know,
collagen.
bone broth for collagen, for
Probiotics.
probiotics, eating fermented foods and yogurt.
Yeah,
so
stuff like that.
yeah.
Me too.
Yeah. Well, our pre-workout, that was another thing that came up. What are
Coffee.
Coffee?
That's it.
Okay, yeah. We do noons sometimes, right? The noons?
Yeah, but that's just like
So
Has a
hydration.
little
So
bit of
here's what I
Yeah,
talk.
like-
Here's my thing on pre-workouts. Okay, it depends on the workout. If you're going in to do 45 minutes or an hour and a half of slow weightlifting, you might need to take a pick-me-up.
Yeah.
If you're doing high-intensity cardio that's going to rack your heart rate through
Yeah.
the roof within the first 10 minutes, please do not take a pre-workout. Your heart rate will be shot through the roof.
What about caffeine, though? Caffeine
Yeah, I
before
mean, yeah.
a workout?
I
Is
generally
that-
drink it about an hour ahead of time.
I think know your limits too on
Yeah.
the amount of caffeine.
Yeah.
I was a fitness competitor, so I'm an former IFBB bikini pro.
Can we get
Nice.
those pictures?
Yeah. Oh my God. The discipline.
Google it. Just
Google it. The discipline and
No, it's like booty. If you like Google Barbara Bullock. So
I'm doing it right now.
Not
It's
blank.
not Bush. It's
What-
blank.
What is it?
Bolot.
Barbara
Bullock.
Bullock. If you
Spell that for the listeners.
BOLOTTE, my maiden name. But I came from like the old school.
Holy
like,
shit!
Yeah, the old school like pre-workout. That was like, I mean, if you didn't take a pre-workout, you were not getting it. But also, I think mentally,
Girl, this booty should be illegal in 50 states.
don't look like that anymore.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's her. Oh, there she is. Can't wait.
Big.
Yeah, I like it. Know your body. Listen to
Yes,
it. Okay.
yeah, for
Don't
sure.
take a pre-workout just because everyone else is taking
Right.
a pre-workout.
Yeah, I mean,
It's like, hey, take this. Would you just snort something off the table if somebody told you to snort it?
yeah, I mean,
Do your
and
due diligence.
I used to go to like all the big shows, the Olympia, the Arnold. I worked in every year for a supplement company. And so being in that industry, you start to really realize that a lot of these companies, you have no idea what they're putting in their supplements. And this goes
They're not
back
FDA
to
regulated either.
they're not.
Yep.
They're not. And
Quality.
quality is so important. We sell Metagenics. I stand behind Metagenics. I'm a firm believer in the quality
That's
of their
what I use,
products.
too.
They are a medical grade, supplement company, so you actually have to have a dietitian on staff to even be able to sell that product. So I know that their quality is, up to par, but you have to really be careful with the supplement industry because it's not regulated.
Yeah.
And so a lot of times, even protein powders, got to be careful.
Yeah. All right, we got 2 more. We'll wrap it up. We're going pretty long.
Okay.
It's been fun though. Okay?
It has been fun.
All right. What workout tracker do you use?
Whoop.
We all use the Whoop.
We all use the Whoop.
Garmin, Team Garmin.
Team Garmin.
There
over
I do
here.
love a Garmin. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
So
Garmin's
I
great.
switched from the Whoop to the Garmin. I talked about this earlier because I wanted something to track my runs. I wanted a watch.
Yeah.
And I wanted to track my steps.
And Bradley's an influencer now because so many people have gotten Garmin's based on
Everybody had bought the Whoop because of me, and now everybody's buying the freaking.
Yeah.
And all those people I told to buy a Whoop, they're all buying Garmin's
You're
now.
like,
Okay, what else do I have to buy now?
what else do I need to buy to me? Yeah.
Manscaped underwear.
Okay.
We like it too for the group too. We have a little.
Yeah, like a yellow
Yeah.
group. Yeah, I like it. I like it.
It's fun. And
Awesome.
it's,
Let's do. It says class reviews, but let's just do favorite class that's not your normal gym. So, like, what's the favorite class that you've taken that isn't where you teach at?
Oh goodness. Like ever?
Yeah, ever. Doesn't have to be
We don't get
here
to
in the
go
city.
very often anyplace else.
And
Same.
you got one?
Fireflow.
Fireflow.
I'm dying to try that.
I
just have
would
no
second
days.
Fireflow.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I can't. Because I'm pregnant. I'm like, because of the infrared.
I needed 4 towels.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I thought I was adapted to working out in the heat because we don't have like AC or climate control in the
Yeah.
gym. Holy moly, like
Yeah.
it's hot.
I'm gonna give a
So
shout out
good.
to On It in Austin. I had a really
On
good
It
time.
was
That was a
awesome.
great class.
Oh, I've seen
So-
people work out there. It looks
heard of
amazing.
Yeah.
Can you
Oh,
tell
our
everybody
favorite-
what happened? Can you
We
share
worked
with the
out with
ladies?
one of the bachelors. Do you remember Brad Womack? Do y'all watch The Bachelor?
I
Which
don't
one?
watch
This
The Bachelor.
was like the last season of The Bachelor that I watched, and I watched it because one of the girls, I think the girl that he chose was from Louisiana and like knew one of my friends. Anyway, so we're working out with this guy, and I'm like,
yeah,
oh,
I
he
know
looks
him.
so familiar.
And it was him.
And then one guy in our class was like, Brad. So I knew his name was Brad, and I knew he looked super familiar, but I could not place him until we got in the car, and I was like, that was a Bachelor. But Bradley took his shirt off because that's what Bradley does. And
minutes in.
Brad Womack was like, dude, your body is goals.
Oh,
And that's
right.
there you go.
Right.
It's just like, oh my god.
I'm not saying, but I'm saying.
Yeah. So I have a bunch of. Obviously, okay. So she does a lot of the at-home workouts. She's mainstay.
Yeah, you don't have to choose
Mommy.
between them. We'll just say take them
I'm
off the
gonna be
table.
hon- no,
Oh,
I
okay,
am.
you're gonna be honest. Okay,
No,
cool.
I am. So doing a lot of different class reviews, given the opportunity to go to different places in the city. Outside of the city, it will always be Soul Cycle.
Yeah.
Soul Cycle does something for me mentally. I go into a trance. It's
Flow state.
You want to talk about an experience? It's like, oh my god. you
Does it
walk
say
up-
it's the class experience that keeps them rolling?
it's mind blowing. Okay, so but here in the city, I would like to say the coolest place I've ever been, and it has stayed with me.
I know what you're gonna say.
Nola Muay Thai.
Yes.
It's this.
I saw you post about
It
it.
is this gym on Toledano, right off Broad and Toledano.
Okay.
Hidden, right? You roll in, and it is just, it's unlike the boutique gym. It's just this hole in the wall, like very cultural, very diverse gym. And they have it's called Sweats to the Beat. And it's like a Monday morning, like jam fest. And they have a DJ every Monday morning. And it's like you're in a club.
That's cool.
It legit.
That's cool.
So it's not about oh my god, you get the biggest sweat ever. But it was so much fun. Like, I rolled out of there. I was in the worst mood that morning, and I went in there to take it, and I walked out, and I was like, this is amazing.
I think she called me right away. She's
Me
like,
too.
no, you have to go to this place. It was amazing.
And it's
Yeah.
off the beaten path. And that's a cool thing about Sweat Obsessed too. It's not like people are going to get tired. Honestly, like if you just see this one and this one, they want diversity. They want, when they plateau, they want to be able to.
And I love that you are bringing these places that are like, hole in the wall. People wouldn't otherwise know about them, but you
my
are
God.
bringing them to people's attention.
We have placed, I think, close to 20 new clients in gyms just from Sweat Obsessed. Just like, oh, tell me about this. Oh, I want to go try that. So it's been,
At least 20.
at least 20.
All right, let's end on this. Anything you want your followers to know?
Or like, what's next for
what's
Sweat
next?
Obsessed?
What's next for Sweat Obsessed?
We have got something
Yeah.
really, really exciting and really cool that we are putting together, and more to come.
Is
on
it
that.
still hush hush?
Yeah.
Yes, we're still working on
Okay.
it.
We're working.
So make sure you are following.
Yeah.
We're working on the
To
details,
see the
but
coming
it
soon.
is.
We
yeah.
do. We have a bigger plan and a bigger mission, and we're expounding upon everything that we're already doing, and just
Yeah.
better and
We'll
better.
place the Instagram handles of these lovely ladies in the comment section. And if you're interested in nutrition coaching, you can check out www.stackedcoaching.com. And we are Rue.fitness if you're interested in a class here. We appreciate it. Thank y'all for coming.
Thank
I had
you.
a ton of fun
Thanks
today.
so much.
Yes, thank y'all so much.
Bye.